Hello, everyone, and welcome to the I Am Kemika podcast. If this is your first time, welcome. If you are a returning listener, thank you very much for your love and support. I am your host, Kemika, and today we'll be looking at a very interesting topic. Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome back. Welcome back. If you have listened to episode 1, you would have already know that this podcast is more than just a podcast. This is our safe space, a place where we start checking in for real. Now, today, we're talking about something that too many of us know way too well. We're talking about the weight we carry, burnout, boundaries, and becoming. Of course, we're still looking at our overall topic, mental wellness in the Caribbean, and we'll be looking today, as I said before, of how this is affected by burnout, boundaries, and becoming. Now, a story the day most of us almost didn't get out of bed. Now, let us think about this and tell me if this has ever happened to you. A while back, not too long ago, have you had one of those mornings? You know, those ones, that one. You know, the one where the alarm goes off and we physically can't move. Not because we're lazy, not because we overslept, but because we're just tired on a soul-to-soul level. Between work, school, motherhood, fatherhood, various paperworks, social activities, sporting activities, taking care of others, and trying to be strong, we had nothing left to give. We were running on empty. But here's the thing. Some of us hide it so well, no one around us could tell. On the outside, we looked composed, capable, and doing well. But on the inside, we were unraveling. In that moment, when we realize what is at hand, it's best to step back and ask ourselves, can you pour from an empty cup? And yours is bone dry? Can you pour from an empty cup and yours is bone dry? What is burnout? It's the thing that causes your cup to be bone dry. Burnout is not just being tired. It's that deep emotional and mental exhaustion that comes from giving and giving and giving and giving without pausing to receive. And of course, here's the twist. Burnout doesn't always look like collapse. Sometimes it looks like overproductivity. Sometimes it looks like I'm fine. Sometimes it wears the smile that hides a scream, especially for women, mothers, newcomers, or anyone trying to prove they belong. Burnout is almost glorified. We wear it like a badge because we're trying to prove ourselves, right? We're trying to prove that, okay, I earned the spot, I belong here, I belong with this group, I belong with this organization. So we allow ourselves to be burnt out and overwork, being overproductive. But hear me when I say this. You were not put on this earth just to push hustle, or thrive. You were put on this earth to survive. No, to thrive, to grow, to develop, to live, to enjoy all that life has to offer. You deserve to rest in the midst of it all. You deserve to feel. You deserve to be whole. Now, in order to do better and to be stronger, we have to set boundaries. Story time. Now, who can remember Saturday mornings? Sun hot, breeze just coming through the windows, and mama already full cleanup mode from before daylight. And we know how it go, right? Saturdays in Jamaica's household, not a day off. It's warfare with dirt, dust, and clutter. Every day, everybody had chores. And on particularly Saturdays, it was non-negotiable. Sometimes we are not feeling well or not up to it, but our parents, like clockwork, called, "Come sweep the veranda and wipe out the window," or "Come rake up the yard, tie out the goat, come go to the shop, come go down to Mass Charlie." You tried to explain politely that we were not feeling well and needed to rest for a bit. But not at all. Bad idea. Bad idea. Our parents would pause, and when they pause, it's not because they're understanding. They would turn around slowly and say something like, "So that you come to learn? How to tell me no in my own house?" To my English speaking friends, I translate. So is this what you are telling me in my house, that you will not be doing your chores for whatever the reason is? At that moment, we learn that setting boundaries don't always come with grace, especially not from Caribbean parents. That no, even though it was respectful, even though it came from a real place of pain, was seen as defiance. They would tell us we were getting too fresh, that back in their day, pain or no pain, they had to get the work done. The lesson in that, looking back, I see it so clearly. Days like those wasn't really about chores. It was about culture, about how we were raised to perform strength, even when we were hurting, about how saying no, especially as a child, was considered disrespectful, not respected at all. And even though it may not have turned out well that day, or any Saturday, or any Monday, or any Sunday, whichever day it was, that moment planted a seed. A seed that said, it's okay to set limits, even if the world around you isn't ready for them yet. In our culture, we were raised to be available to help, available to fix, available to perform, please or stay quiet even when it hurts. But boundaries are not disrespect. Boundaries are protection. They are the lines we draw to keep our peace sacred. Whether it's saying no to others or obligations, or turning off your phone, or letting people know you can't be their emotionally dumping ground today, that's not selfish. That's survival. And when we start setting boundaries, that's when the healing begins. As part of the healing process is becoming. Becoming, we ask ourselves, who are you or who are we without the chaos? Who are we without the responsibilities? Who are we without the people pleasing? Who are we without living up to others' expectation? Who are you without the pressure, without the performance, without the pretending? Because becoming isn't about adding more. It's about returning to the core of who you are. You are more than a little. You are more than a trauma. You are more than a title. You are more than you produce or fix or carry. Becoming is about slowing down enough to hear yourself again, to give your soul a chance to speak. But guess what? In doing all this, you are not alone. If you have ever felt overwhelmed, unseen, or like you're carrying too much, guess what? I see you. I feel you. And you're not alone. You don't need permission to rest. You don't need to earn healing. You are already enough right now as you are. So, family, I want you to take a breath. Right now, let's close our eyes and take a deep breath in and out. Let's pull it in and out. Let's take it in and out. Now, let's say to ourselves, put your hand on your chest. I give myself permission to rest. I give myself permission to feel. I give myself permission to become. Because this is my time and I will be right here cheering you on. So let's make it a little bit more practical. Check in with yourself daily. Even if it's just asking, how am I doing today? And actually listening. Or even writing it down. Journaling. Say no without apology. Start with small things. Respect your limits. They are sacred. Schedule rest like a meeting. Write it down. If it even means to block it in your calendar. Protect it. Because rest is not a reward. It's a requirement. Rest is not a reward. It's a requirement. And as we together practice these deep breathing techniques and daily check-ins, as well as scheduling our rest, we do it together. Together we heal. Together we help. Together we become. Until next time, this is I Am Kamika reminding you, take care of your mind, your boundaries, and your becoming. Thank you for joining. Have a blessed day. Thank you everyone for tuning in on this real topic today. Join us next time on another episode in the season for other interesting topics. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us be our brothers and sisters keeper. Each one help one. Bye bye.